Please, sir, I want some more.
His name is Andy Lucchese. He was a friend of Donald Trump's in the 90s. Andy was a successful model who still does modeling to this day, working for Lock Management. Andy's face may seem familiar. He was the face of Tommy Bahama for over a decade. And in Michael Gross's article that ended up being published by the Daily Beast, for some unknown reason, Andy Lucchese allowed Gross to attach his name to his quotes.
That I was a recruiter for the parties. As for the parties themselves, there was cocaine around. Donald Trump did not do cocaine. He was in control of himself. Girls? Well, of course. But did he have sex with his female party guests? So, he's a man with a woman. How old were they? A lot of girls, 14, look 24. That's as juicy as I can get. I never asked how old they were. I just partook.
Please, sir, I want some more.
The last encounter that I had with Donald Trump, Tiffany approached me about a rape scene that basically tied to a bed with pantyhose, and he tied him. They were so tight it hurt to even like lay there. And I tried to say something, and it was like, he just, shut up, shut up, bitch. This was basically like he was being really, really rough, and I understand. It just didn't seem like a fantasy, and I started to get scared, and he was, basically like ripping my clothes off, and I was actually I got freaked out. I told him that I didn't want to do this. I screamed over for Tiffany. She was like, Mr. Trump, she's only, this is scaring her. And he's like, oh, you shut up too. He just turned into this animal. It was like a completely different person. It was like everyone in the room was scared of him. And it was like I couldn't do anything about it. And he ripped off all my clothes, and he started to basically have sex with me, and I was screaming because I'd never had sex before. It was my first time, and Tiffany was yelling at him too. She was saying that I was a virgin, and he told us to just shut the fuck up, and just basically took my virginity while I was crying and telling him to stop. And that.
Please, sir, I want some more.
Is that he had a fantasy where he walked in on his maids basically making out, and that it was some type of fantasy for him. So she asked, at that point I was like, I don't want to be involved with anything that has to do with him. But she's like, you were just basically the other one. So there's nothing that you will have to do. Just don't, he's requesting you to be involved. So I reluctantly, I felt like I didn't have a choice there, but it was basically he's walking in, his two maids. I was one of the maids. I was the white maid. And there was a Spanish girl, Maria, who was the Hispanic maid. And we were making out, and he walks in, and he gets really angry and threatens to call immigration on Maria if she doesn't come over and make things right and give him a blowjob. So while she is over there giving him a blowjob, I am just trying to, I'm supposed to look scared, like, oh no, and.
Please, sir, I want some more.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird. Stop it. You know what? You are sick.
I know, isn't it terrible?
Yeah.
Well,
you're known for saying outrageous things, Mr. Trump.
Who are you, Woody Allen?
Donald Trump knew that I was 13 because the first night that I was there, Tiffany actually suggested that she had a whole bunch of different wigs, and I expressed interest in them. I always told her that I would love to walk around with blue hair, and so I tried some on, and there was a blonde wig that she said that looked great on me. So I wore that wig, and Donald Trump had specifically asked about me because I remind him of his daughter, and she said, well, she's 13 as well.
Please, sir, I want some more.
He was a powerful GOP donor and political operative, and now he'll be spending 21 years in prison. Anton Lazaro was sentenced today for sex trafficking minors after he was found guilty of those crimes in March. Fox 9's Karen Scullin now with what happened in court and how he got to this point. Karen?
32-year-old Anton Tony Lazaro will be 51 years old when he gets out of federal prison. From there, it's 5 years on supervised release.
Anton Tony Lazaro was becoming a big GOP donor and political activist in Minneapolis, but now he's heading to prison. Prosecutors say Lazaro targeted young girls and gave the 15 and 16-year-olds cash and gifts, and in exchange, the girls would Uber to his upscale condo for sex. Today, federal prosecutors said Anton Lazaro was a predator who hid in plain sight. He was a sex trafficker who camouflaged his true nature with his wealth and privilege. The case started back in August of 2021 when Lazaro was arrested, leading to a shakeup in the GOP, including the resignation of party chair Jennifer Carnahan.
Please, sir, I want some more.
Everyone. Alexia Palmer was recruited from Jamaica and brought to the U.S. by the Trump agency under a special H-1B visa program for foreign workers. In government documents filed by the Trump agency, it said Palmer would make at least $75,000 a year for 3 years as a full-time employee.
And did that seem like a lot of money to you?
Yes.
But she got nothing close to that from the more than 21 shoots, including this campaign for Iman Cosmetics. According to a lawsuit she's now filed, the Trump agency deducted some 80% of her earnings as fees and expenses, leaving her with a total for 3 years of only $3,880.
Please, sir, I want some more.
But Bobby Kennedy knew him. Bobby, the health.
Sorry, say that again about Bobby Kennedy.
Bobby knew Mr. Epstein.
How do you know that?
Because we went on a trip together. We went to dinosaur bone hunting in the Dakotas.
Please, sir, I want some more.
Jeffrey Epstein's jet, were you?
I was on Jeffrey Epstein's jet 2 times. I was on it in 1993, and I was on it and I went to Florida with my wife and 2 children to visit my mom over Easter. My wife had some kind of relationship with Glenn Maxwell, and they offered us a ride to Palm Beach. So,
please, sir, I want some more.
So these rooms, presumably there were women in these rooms?
Oh yeah, a lot of women.
Mm-hmm. How were they?
All over the room.
How were they dressed, Uncle Luke?
Half naked.
Half naked.
Half naked and some naked.
Half naked and some naked.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
We had a house party. They up in there naked. All the women were enjoying themselves like they do.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, but the thing, let me tell you, the thing is, when you're around, I've been around a lot of models and a lot of these pageant women, because that's what mostly it was. It was mostly pageant women.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of these women ain't of age. So when you got a whole bunch of these women running around, whether they of age or not, there's a lot of things going on. You just, some women look too young.
Oh,
so you keep it moving.
Please, sir, I want some more.
The sexual perversion that goes on in Washington, I mean, being kind of a young guy in Washington, with the average age is probably 60 or 70, and I look at all these people, a lot of them that I've looked up to through my life. I've always paid attention to politics, guys that, then all of a sudden you get invited to, like, well, hey, we're going to have kind of a sexual get-together at one of our homes. You should come. And I'm like, what did you just ask me to come to? Yeah. And then you realize they're asking you to come to an orgy. Yeah. Or the fact that, there's some of the people that are leading on the movement to try and remove, addiction in our country. And then you watch them do, a key bump of cocaine right in front of you.
I can tell you firsthand that these parties happen. I can tell you that they continue to happen. I can tell you that Madison Cawthorn told me yesterday that he had not retracted what he said.
Ridiculous. I've been invited to these things. I haven't gone to them because I don't want to be, whatever, blackmailed, or I'm not into that. I'm, happy. But, I mean, I've been invited not just to those. I've been invited to the really weird stuff, not with kids. And, of course, well, where's the crack pipes? Where's the whores? Where's the... Yeah. Sorry. I mean, there was a photo I sent my wife of her naked. Okay, they got that.
Please, sir. I want some more.
Okay, you start and I'm ready.
In the wake of questions and allegations about Donald Trump's behavior towards women, ET discovered this footage in our archive, which we provided to CBS News.
Soon. Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it? Okay.
Please, sir. I want some more.
Some of these foreign girls, Mr. Trump, in my country, we say hello with vagina. And
well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Now,
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
like
everything is good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
Please, sir. I want some more.
3 lub 4 razy, kiedy miałem, spotkania z Donaldem Trumpem. Miałem 13 lat.
Czy masz limit wieku, czy gdybym?
Nie mam określonego wieku. To znaczy, mam określony wiek. Nie chcę być w pełni z, 12-latkami.
Please, sir. I want some more.
Jeffrey Epstein's ex-girlfriend speaking out tonight. Stacey Williams, a former Sports Illustrated model who dated Epstein in the early 90s, has spent time with both Epstein and Donald Trump together. In one disturbing alleged incident, which Williams went public with last year before the presidential election, Williams says Trump groped her in front of Epstein at Trump Tower in 1993. Here's what she told our Sunland Serfati when she first broke her silence.
The second he was in front of me, he pulled me into him, and his hands were just on me and didn't come off. Then the hands started moving, and they were on the, on the side of my breasts, on my hips, back down to my butt, back up, sort of. Then, they were just on me the whole time. And I froze.
Williams also claimed that Epstein and Trump looked at each other and smiled during the alleged incident, which Williams says she now believes was coordinated and, quote, some kind of weird, twisted game.